Alice has been told so many times, and I think I wanted to go back to the genesis of the imagination behind Lewis Carroll so that you could tell it from the very beginning again. Culturally, we've sugar-coated fairy tales in the last 50 years probably, whereas previously, if you think back to Grimm, those tales were much more horrific, and I think that's much more in tune with childhood, and I think that's something that Lewis Carroll completely got, and maybe that's why it resonates so much.
I got a call from Tim, and he asked if I'd want to be involved. And of course, it's Pirelli, Tim Walker. It's a no-brainer. And then he told me what it was, and I was totally blown away. It seemed like such a simple idea, the retelling of Alice in Wonderland with an all-black cast. That's the beauty of Tim. Only Tim would actually sort of be able to come up with something so incredible. And what I love about Tim is, also he's so eloquent. That he just gives you the right words. It's like, for Alice and the cast, think 80s Japanese. So already I'm like, oh my God, I know it's all about shapes away from the body. Sort of everything sort of having sort of a cinched, burnt, like quality. So, that you're working with browns and trying to avoid certain colors. So it was a real magical journey.
I'm kind of known for full-on and being quite bold with the hair that I do sometimes, but there has to be a harmony between all the elements, and that balance of urban and fairy tale has to come through in each image.
People were cast as characters from the book, but actually, foremost, they play themselves. We didn't try and cover anybody up or the things that make them great. We had to leave room in the concept to let them shine.
Being asked to do this is just like really an honour. And today I just realised when I got here that it's four. I did it in my teens, in my 20s, in my 30s, and now my 40s.
That bold statement by Pirelli, I think really goes against any ignorance that anybody would have, because people of color all over the world need to know that they're kings and queens. And I think that this story of Alice in Wonderland puts that in that proper perspective.
This is Pirelli, so right in the middle of pop culture. The timing of this couldn't be more perfect. I'm just really happy, as I'm someone that fights every day for balance and diversity within the modelling world. So to see this happen is absolutely beyond my wildest dreams.
Nobody knew this, but I have Alice in Wonderland, parts of the script tattooed on my arms, my inner arms. Alice says, "This is impossible." Sean, nothing's impossible. As you can see, I put my own take on it.
This is the first time I've worked with Tim. I've always been a fan of his work ever since I started. So I came to London to meet Tim before the shoot, so he kind of just ran me through what it was and what we were doing. And I was having a mini heart attack, but, you know, very composed at the same time. And I think once he presented the idea, I was really like, this is going to be amazing.
Ducky, like the best models, has this sort of otherworldliness. She also has this elusiveness. You know, she kind of slips through your fingers, and she's like the best of them.
As soon as I saw her, I was really inspired because she's so captivating. She's got a great personality, she's confident, she's amazing to work with. But there's enough beauty there. She can look super beautiful or she can look super quirky. You can't be thinking Alice in Wonderland cutie pie. This is a dark sister. You know, it's the dark side of the fairy tale, but it's enchanting and it's beautiful.
Shona is the master of the set. I think she's not just recreating my vision, she's questioning it and challenging me and showing me references of things I might not have seen before.
Tim and I have worked together for years and it always goes somewhere fantastic. I'm inspired by a narrative that I can believe in, and the all-black cast meant that we could play with turning inside out some of the existing elements, like the rabbit is a white rabbit normally, so he was black.
That's nice.
I think I must have tried 6 or 7 times to read the book, and I never get past sort of halfway through, mainly because I get so entranced by the pictures. We always started with the John Tenniel's illustrations, and then I suppose my first port of call is to dissect what is in that scenario, what will make this a believable tableau.
Right, there's so much baggier of me putting them on today than what they were yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's it, you got it. That's really good. That's great. Freeze that. Freeze that. Nice.
Tim called me and said, I want you to be the caterpillar. And I was like, ah, okay. The hookah smoking caterpillar, interesting. These are all my clothes, this is all my own stuff. Tim said, I want you to come as you are. And actually, when you see me in situ on the toadstool, it's amazing how caterpillar-like it looks.
There, that's good, you got it. There, you're there. Amazing. Hold that, you're there. Freeze that, you're hold that.
upstairs. There should be 2 people hanging at all times, in between changes. That's what I want, worship. It should be you, get Sue Wen down here. Can you get me Sue Wen? Come to bring a kit, she can stay out there. 2 of you stay there.
I have no idea how they discovered me. Last year I was named one of Time magazine's 100 most influential people, so my name is out there, but not in the sense of modeling or photo shoots. My issue is working on female genital mutilation, working on child marriage, working on violence against women. You'll find me in villages in Africa chasing after people. So being here represents those girls, the untold stories of the millions of girls who would never get an opportunity to do something like this.
There's just a conventional image that has endured for a lot of years when it came to beauty. And as time went on, there have been different images that contributed to what beauty is, and it's become broader, a more accepting notion, a more truthful notion of beauty.
She has that special magical quality. And I love that she felt represented, which was very important for her.
Girls who have different hues should just be able to put themselves in Alice's shoes and be able to have their fairy tale and see themselves in that fairy tale. I got to be with Whoopi, and that was a very important experience for me because I really look up to her. It just almost feels like a dream.
Is that a girl or boy? And is she nervous? Is she shaky?
Incredible cast. It's made Pirelli really a part of the conversation of what's going on in the world of art, music, fashion, and the idea of inclusiveness.
I'm not, when you think of the Pirelli calendar, I'm not the face that comes up. I know that. But what the Pirelli calendar is saying is there's lots of people in the world and we're going to bring you all of them. Girls, little girls like me, wait to see someone who looks like me in a calendar. We wait. So here I am. Ta-da! I was holding a wild baby pig. And it wasn't that he was born in the wild, he was just a wild pig. I'm playing the Duchess, which is kind of fantastic. And maybe in a couple of years when they decide that they want to do it again, they'll let me play, I don't know, Peter Pan. Just saying.
So a good character for you.
Well, you know, wouldn't you want me flying into your window and saying, come on, let's go have some fun? I mean, who else?
It was Tweedledum and Tweedledee today with King, and it's just so funny. Tim gives people the opportunity to be themselves. He sees the beauty in every person. You know, when you're shot by him, he really gives you the space in which to be yourself, but also become this character. And I think it's really important in 2017 that we show all different shades of beauty and all sizes and shapes.
Okay. Yeah, have a look. I think it's good. Hang out here for 2 secs. Yeah. I'm just going to check. I love how they're standing. That's good. That and then lean back on the wall. Have a look at. There you go. That's great. That's great there. If I need to trust you, that's great. You two, really, really good. Hold that, everyone. Great, that's it. And then relax this head down a bit. There, you've got it.
Because I can't leave
them. Still.
I was a Mad Hatter, which was kind of crazy because he brought my little crazy vibes out. And every time I work with Tim, he always brings me out of my box, but he doesn't make me uncomfortable. And that's what I love the most about Tim.
Raise that. And then pull just a little bit more of an interesting light.
I think that being the Mad Hatter, it's at the perfect moment because I just got comfortable with smiling for the camera. When at first I was just I don't know how that looks on camera. Because I have a double lip. So I always get kind of self-conscious about that, but this is definitely laughing all day. He's like a fish in water, you watch him swim as soon as he picks up a camera. And seeing that and being around him when he's in those moments, he's right there in his element, and it's a beautiful thing to be around.
Raise that. And then pull just a little bit more of an interesting light.
So I'm the hair. I loved the ears. I had these amazing ears and this crown of straw. It felt very comfortable. It felt very easy to work with him, It's just you do this look and he's like, this is it, It's not a bunch of shots of different things. It seems like he knows what he wants, and when you have that connection, I think with a photographer, it's really important.
The statement is bold. It's unapologetically adventurous and humorous. He introduced me to the character I was going to be playing and the kind of attitude he wanted me to have. And that was enough. His approach is quite cinematic, and I love that language. I understand that language. It's really cool to be in a moment where it's not just about the sexuality of my body, but it's about the intelligence, the sensuality, sometimes the innocence, the complication of my experience as a human being, and that photographers and the people behind things like the Pirelli calendar are interested in a three-dimensional woman and representing that woman.
We've seen the story told so many times, visually, so many times over decades, and different illustrators, different filmmakers. So we was always trying to find something to sort of turn on its head, turn it upside down. Like the famous scene where the card people paint the roses red in the original story, and in ours, they paint the roses black.
Photography works best when it feels effortless. I think photography is such an instinctive thing, and I think that's when it's best. You just go into it, you rattle through it, and then maybe you ask the questions later.
I don't know his name, but I was the bunny at the kingdom who I believe worked for the queen. It was just kind of like a doer, like a yes man, you know, like a whatever, the queen's coming, you know, type of person. I have no clue how I ended up here today. I'm here. I really don't know. I'm surprised I got picked to do this. This is like a big thing. And I'm like a normal person. My dad's a photographer and my grandfather's a photographer, so I've been taking pictures since I was a baby. Like, you know, my dad and my grandfather had studios in their basements, full studios, you know, so I've been doing pictures and taking pictures all my life. So I'm not camera shy at all.
December.
Costumes, amazing. Set, really beautiful set. And obviously, it takes Tim's magic to put it all together. I'm playing a king here, King of Hearts. It's pretty spectacular, but I guess we should say it's all about the queen, you know.
Tim Walker, I've loved for so many years. The Pirelli calendar is iconic, but also the concept of Alice is brilliant.
Off of the head, off of the head. Good. More square on, Rue, more square on, that's it there. That's really good.
I am so excited about my gorgeous costume that Edward has created for me. It's a lot of costume, and it takes a lot of moxie to pull it off. I think I can handle it, though.
Over there? How's your head? Over your head. Over your head. Over your head.
The Pirelli calendar is iconic, and to be asked to be a part of it is quite an honor. And on top of that, to work with Tim Walker and Edward Innifel is just the icing on the cake, and so many iconic people a part of it. But also just the story of Alice straddling two worlds and coming to terms with these two worlds and learning how to navigate. I think it's very, very telling for everybody who's alive today.
For me, Pirelli stands for quality and creativity and photography and also integrity. So that was what was really great about this. I knew it would be the best of what we could all do.
I'm really pleased with the pictures I've done. I'm really proud of them. What comes from the heart touches the heart. I think that's a good philosophy. For it to resonate, it has to mean so much to you. I think, yeah, you have to really mean it. And that's a very personal thing.